Corbett with some helpful hints for today. We're going to be talking about Codex and the online version of the book. There's some really neat features that you haven't had the ability to use before, so I'm going to show you how to use them and how to log into the system. Once you get an email from your teachers or they put it on the Google Stream, I highly suggest that you access this resource by using Google Incognito. As you can see, I have it here on my screen. It makes it a lot easier to utilize the website. Sometimes it's a little finicky. You want to also make sure that your cache and your browser history are clear so that this way you don't have any problems getting in. So let's get started. When you log into the system, you're going to see that you're going to use your username from the DOE account that you were given. Only the username part, you don't need the @SchoolsNYC part. And the password is all lowercase letters, it's MS158Q. Once you log on, you're going to see this screen. It will say hi, and whatever your name is up here. And then you're just going to have this one button, and it's going to say Common Core Codex. So you're going to click on there, and automatically it's going to take you to the course that you've been registered for. If you're 6th grade, it's going to be course 1. If it's 7th grade, it's course 2. And if it's 8th grade, it's course 3. So I'm going to go to my live version here. There's some neat features that I'd like to show you on here to keep you up to date on how to use all of these. So as you see, here's our first student version. We're in course 2. And over here on these tabs, you have different features. So the first feature is the table of content, which is really nice because you don't necessarily need to thumb through the whole entire book to find what you're looking for. So let's say we were using Unit 5, which is our Stolen Childhoods unit. I would be able to go directly to that unit by just clicking on the title. And automatically, it's going to take me to that first page in the unit. You'll see here on the side, there's arrows going this way, and that's just to flip to the next page. Also, if we take a look now and we go to our story, you can see that it looks normal, like our normal story does in our textbook. And here are some of the features that you're able to use. To make sure that you don't see this table of content anymore, you just double click on it and the page appears a little bigger. Down here on the right hand side, there's a tab. This tab allows you to show some of the different abilities that this page has. So for example, if you needed to print out the page, let's say it's one of the graphic organizers that one of the teachers is asking you to do, you could always print it out. This tab is for the zoom options. If it's too big or not big enough, you can increase the size or decrease the size by clicking that button. This button is the read aloud button, which is a really nice feature if you just want to listen to it read. It is quite robotic, so you might want to make sure that if it's something that you need to listen to, that you get used to the robot sound. I'll let you hear it. Let's try it out here for a second. So as you can see, it's quite robotic, but if that's a feature that you would like to use, please go right ahead. Also, there is a fast highlighter. Let's say that the teacher is asking you to find specific information. So for example, in this question here, number 14, it's asking you to explain something in paragraph 13, where they're talking about kidnapping the women and mourning their dead. So that's something that I might want to go back and highlight so that this way I know how to find it. You would click on the highlighter, click one of the colors that you want to use, and then just click on the sentence and highlight it. And from there, then it becomes the highlighted color. Another area that this has is it has a citation button. So if you're writing one of your articles and your essays that you need to use a citation for, this could help you figure out how to write it. And also, if you needed to copy something and give it to the teacher with a copy link, here's the copy link and the page. One of the other neat features of this is in the settings button. I wanted to show you this because I think it's important. For students who speak another language, there are additional languages available to you, so you can turn them over. It doesn't turn the text into the different language. However, it is very helpful. Let's say I turn it into the Mandarin language, and what you're going to see when it clicks over is it's going to give you the table of contents and any of the outside information in there. However, if I click on one of the words, it will translate it for me in my language that I need to know. It will also direct me to Wikipedia and some other versions so that I can understand what that word is. So this is a helpful tool if you need it. And to change it back, the English one is always on the top, and then you can just pick the language that you need. Again, you can find that by clicking the settings button down here. There's also some other neat features where you can change the colors of the highlighter, add a color if you don't like the groovy green and the mellow yellow. And if you wanted to share a certain information with someone, you can always give it their email address and share what you highlighted. So let's say you wanted to collaborate with a friend and you were writing some information about one of the stories and you had to highlight some evidence, you can send that evidence to your friend. A couple other features I just wanted to point out. There is a search button here. So if you were looking for one of the particular stories, rabbit proof fence, then it's going to show you all the different information where those things show up. Another feature that's here is anything that you highlight will end up in your notebook section. And you can send those to notes or you can even print them out. I kind of like this feature, so as I'm reading a story, I'll be able to highlight any of the important features so I can remember for later on. And there's also a flashcard button where you can make flashcards based on the new vocabulary that you're learning. Again, this is just one of those great websites that we finally have access to. Utilize it how you may. I find some of these features really helpful, and I hope that you enjoy this. Talk to you soon. Bye.